Hey, welcome back. In the previous video, we have seen how can we get the current system date time using local date time class. We know that we can use the now method to get the current system date and current system time. But if I want to represent a particular date, how can I do that? Let's say I want to represent 20th May of 2000, this date using local date time. So how can we do that? We can do that using off method. There are various versions of the off method and we can use it to create our local date time. So this is how we can represent a particular date. But let's say I want to represent a date after 6 months. How can I do that? Then we can use the plus and minus method. We can use plus and minus method to add or remove the particular period of time from the local date time. So let's say you can check the example here. Like I want a date after 3 months, then I can use plus month method and I can pass the value 3. Let's say I want a local date time object of before 2 months, I can use the minus month and pass the value as 2. And so there are similar methods for days, years, weeks, hours, minutes, seconds, or and even nanoseconds. So we will see a simple example and we will see how can we represent a particular date using local date time. So let's move to the Eclipse. So here I will create one class and let's give it a name particular date example. Add the man method. Okay. So here I want to represent a date of, let's say, 20th May 2000 and time could be 10 20 46. Okay, so how can we represent this particular date using local date time? So I will be writing local date time, let's say dt, and local date time of, and here you can check the various versions of the of, and it will allow us to pass the year, month, day, hour, minute values. So we will choose the one and you can see the first one is year. Like you can see the value is in bold and we will pass it like 2000, right? And we want the month as May, so we are passing the value as int, so we will be passing it 5. And then date, so we want 20, and here goes the time, so it is an hour, and here goes the minute 20. So if you want to pass the seconds value, you can pass the second after minute. So it will be year value, it will be month value, it will be day of the month, it will be hour, it will be minute, it will be seconds. Add the semicolon and we have our dt. Simply add the sysout statement and we will print it. Let's add this also. Okay, save the program and run as a Java application. You can see this is the date that we want to represent, and here you will see the exact date as a local date time. You can see the year is 2000, May, that means 5, and 20th is the day of the month, and here the day of the month is 20th, and you can see the time here exactly same. This is how we can represent a particular date using local date time. So now I want to get a date after 3 months. So we will be getting a current local date time and we will be adding 3 months to it. How can we do it? Let's check. So we want to get a date after 3 months. So before we will get the current system date time. Local date time, let's say dt2, and local date time using now method. Okay, so we have a current date and time. Now we want to get our date after 3 months. So we will be using local date time let's say after 3 months, and here dt2 dot plus months, and you can see here it is a plus month method. We will be passing a value and it will be 3. Let's add a sysout statement so that we can check after 3 months. Also add the sysout for current date time. Okay, so let's add the new line character. Okay, and run it as a Java application. Okay, this is the date that we want to represent and the output for the line number 13. Now here we want to get a current local date time, and for line number 70 the output is this one. You can see the current date and time. Now I want to get a date after 3 months, and we have used the plus months method, and you can see here it is after 3 months. This is an year, this is the value for month, it is February 02, and after 3 months it is May, that is 05. You can clearly see it is giving a date after 3 months. Now let's say example for before, and we will be using before 2 months. Okay, similarly I will get local date time here, and here I will be using minus and month, minus months, and the value will be 2. Add the semicolon, and let's add a similar sysout statement. Okay, save the program and we will run it again. Run a Java application. Okay, you can see this is the date that we want to represent particularly. This is current date time. This is after 3 months, that is May 05, and this is before 2 months. I want to get a date before 2 months, so it is February 2022 and the date is 3rd. You can see the date is similar 3rd, but we want to get it before 2 months and it is December, and the year is 2021. So we are getting the date before 2 months. So this is the similar example where we have checked for after 3 months and before 2 months, but there are similar methods that are possible to use for getting after hours, before hours, after weeks, before weeks, after minutes, before minutes, after days, before days. There are lots of methods, and you can check all the available methods here or in the API. Okay, so that's it for this example, and we will see a new concept for datetime API in next video. Thank you.